to start, or are you going to take a
The video's on right now, Carl.
Okay. All right. So, good morning, everyone. I wasn't sure if David was actually going to start and say good morning to everyone. And
Well, here
happy
we are.
Tuesday.
Here we are. Cara, I don't know why the video doesn't play for you, but it was playing. You don't see it, I don't think. So that's why. So good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Morning Rush, the morning empowerment call for busy executives. Whew, heart to heart. Good tunes again from Rianne. Thank you for the suggestion. And we are here for a revisit, maybe a resurrection of last week's conversation on Tuesday around promises. I watched The Matrix Resurrection. I think that's what it was, or whatever the fourth one was. It was a good one on Sunday. And so maybe we're resurrecting a conversation from last week or creating a new one here. But I have the honor of handing it over to Cara. Good morning. Last week was powerful. We had a bunch of promises posted in the TMR chat by many of the people that are probably here today. And we get to dig in and lean in and go a little further. So Cara, over to you.
Great. Thank you. Thanks, David. Okay. So last week, and some of you weren't there, so, there will be some people who weren't present to what we created last week, which is promises, the impact of keeping them and the impact of not keeping them to you and others. So with a show of hands, I'd like to see who made promises, those three promises last week, and kept those three promises. Okay. 1, 2. Okay, got that. And I don't think you were here last week, Jackie, right? You weren't here. Okay, great. Right, great, wonderful. So, Rhiannon, the three promises you made, what was the impact? Like, did it move your gains forward? What was the result of the promises that you made?
I'm Monday through Friday workout, and I'm out here. I'm
Okay,
here.
great.
I just got done.
Did
So
anyone?
Week two, because I started last week.
Okay, and did anyone hold you accountable besides yourself?
Yeah, my family, actually. My partner, like Sean, made sure that he took her to school in the morning so that I could work out. So the family is organizing around me being able to like honor myself and take care of my body like I used to. That was my start my day thing. So here I am. It took a family obligation, something I had been asking for a long time, finally shifted.
All right, and is there an impact on you and others?
Yeah, the impact is I have more physical strength, vitality, joy. I'm able to like create a schedule. Like I operate really well on just anchoring myself in schedules. So if I start my day early, it's like I'm going to knock out everything on my day if I start my day with honoring myself in this way. So it puts me in integrity spaces.
Okay, great. Thank you. All right. So who made those three promises but did not fulfill on all of those three promises? Anyone? Okay, great. Rita. So Rita, where did she go? Oh, there you are. Okay. So let's not do the promises, but what was the impact, or was there any impact of those three promises? Of not fulfilling those three promises?
The impact. All I can say is that I wanted to not join today because I did not fulfill my promises, although I thought about it every single day. So I sat this morning and I thought, I wrote down, okay, what I'm going to do is, what I realize I have to do is to sit with myself quietly. And for me personally, I have to imagine the best version of myself talking to me. And like the last caller was talking about respecting something like respecting who you are. And I realized that I have to have self-respect in order to keep my promises to myself. And the promises that I didn't keep caused a lot of problems last week. And if I don't do it, then I will continue to go down a different trajectory. So this morning I got up like 2 hours earlier than usual, and I decided I was going to sit quietly with myself, and I'm going to journal why I didn't keep my promises and why I need to, and give myself compelling reasons. So I'm going to redo this one today for this week.
Got it, Rita. So this is very common, right? On when people declare something, they don't fulfill on it. Typically, when they're supposed to show up for a call, they're hiding out. So I acknowledge you for not hiding out. Right?
Thank you.
And really looking to see what the impact is, and also see what's missing. And the missing might be a way of being, right? And the other question I have for you is, did you have anyone hold you accountable?
No.
Okay. So just consider, like even with myself, keeping promises to myself, I don't honor those as much as I honor the promises that I make to other people. Okay. David, you had your hand raised?
Yeah, I wanted to get your thoughts on, there's promises, there's fulfilling on your promises, and then there's complete work. And I had that question asked of me, like, did you do complete work? And I don't know if that's part of the intention here, so I don't want to disrupt, but I think there's like a value of saying, oh, I promised to do this, but I didn't quite do it. And what's the impact of that too, which is literally a yes or no. Did I fulfill on the promise I intended? So I wanted to put that in the space and get your thoughts.
Yeah, that's a whole new conversation. But we'll get to that at some point, maybe in overtime. Okay, Peter, where are you? I made a request of you last week. Did you fulfill on that request?
Yeah, you asked me to come up with a plan for my weight loss that was sustainable, on my words, and repeatable. You asked me to do it for Tuesday for now, which I've done. So the first thing I noticed was that I needed to be able to get to the gym, which means on Friday I bought a car. The car arrived on Saturday. I've selected 3 gyms that I'm going to try out this week, starting tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday, so that I can ease more into that. I've also got my PA to find 3 yoga classes, which I'm going to do the same thing with. I've put the deposit down on the golf club that I want to join, so I play golf once a week. And then I sat with my coach and went, where am I going to get this wrong? And it came down to accountability. So I'm doing a star chart for myself based on activities that lead me to my higher purpose around my health, that then will have rewards, and my kids are going to put up the stars, not me. So my kids are going to judge me on doing it. So I get to teach them how I want them to lead their life, whilst making me accountable to the only people I really give a shit about, which is my children. They're the only people that are they'll move the needle for me. So the car's in, the gyms are booked, the yoga classes are being researched, and the star chart is being done this weekend.
Woo! Fantastic. Way go.
And thank you very much for the opportunity to get that done. Appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. And one thing, I don't want to get into this, but there's something that happened the other night when I had a women's circle. My girlfriend has got 3rd-degree breast cancer. She's only 36. So we had a women's circle. And we're talking about, when you just said, I don't give a shit about what people think. I get that. However, the way that people listen to you, Peter, is a whole different way of being as someone who's powerful. So I just want to acknowledge that. Okay, great. Fantastic. Before we go out into the breakout room, we're going to actually ask, like, did you keep your promises? And nothing is wrong. Like, let's get away from the morality of, oh my God, I didn't fulfill, like, I'm a shitbird, whatever it is. Like, it's just looking at performance, So before we do that, and so the assignment is.
Sorry, can I add something? Sorry.
Sure.
The one thing that because I retro everything I do. So this was very successful. So I was wondering to myself why it was successful. And I thought there were two parts to it. I thought it was you and me. And I thought the you part was your intelligence and grace in how we went through the question process. And I thought the my part was refusing to give you a dirty yes. Because I remember during our conversation, I said no several times. So what we ended up with was something of, can you commit to giving me a plan by next Tuesday? Which was, there's no way I can fail at. If I'd literally just held up a yellow sticky and said, yeah, I'm going to drink water once a day, I would have succeeded at that plan. And I just offer that to everybody of how can you take that promise and make it so easy to achieve that you get over that first hump, which is the hardest piece, which then led to all these other wins that I had, all came from just the very being able to get over that first hump. And then it was fun and delightful because it was congruent with what I want to be in life. So then I started adding all this other stuff on. So A, I wanted to thank you, and B, I just wanted to offer that to everybody of what's the easiest promise that you can make, not the biggest or the most existential, but the thing that you know that you can 100% commit to give yourself the momentum to start developing better habits.
Thank you, Peter. Yeah, and you unfolded it too. You didn't just say, I'm going to join the gym. You said, no, I have this, and that is doing complete work, David. And always looking at what's missing, right? Okay, great. So Rian, could you please bring up the one document I'd love everyone to generate, or someone to generate? Where did Rian go? No,
Rian-
not that one, the Word document. Can you share that?
Sure.
All right, great. So this is just a couple paragraphs of an accountability document that Warner Earhart has, and I don't think we have time to generate the whole thing. So who would like to generate two paragraphs? And by generate, I don't mean just read it. I mean generate it.
I can see it.
We can't see it yet.
We're waiting for it.
I'll be
Can
glad
I
to generate it.
There you go.
Okay. So can you, let me share. Can I share? Right.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
A promise has real power. A promise made from the stand that you are is your word engages you as a participant. You cease to be a spectator, and your words become actions that actually impact the world. With a promise, you create a condition that supports your commitment rather than your moods. When motivational dialogue comes about, your preference versus your commitments, and you disregard the dialogue in favor of doing what you said you would do so solely because you said so. You distinguish yourself from your psychology. In that moment, you are your word as an action rather than only as an idea you have. In that moment, the promise becomes who you are rather than something you said. And your relationship to the word shifts. You find yourself producing results that seems discontinuous and unpredictable from the point of view of the spectator. The experience is one of joy, fearlessness, irrepressible energy, and satisfaction.
All right, great. Thank you. So who would like to share what they discovered in that anything?
Well, you actually, you become from being like a spectator to being on the field. The moment
court.
you are on the court playing the game, whether it be soccer or whatever it is, you can be a spectator and hear it, or you could be, the moment you declare it, you are already on the court.
Okay, great. Thank you. Anyone else?
I thought
Okay.
I thought it was powerful to think about you're not what you said. Your word is no longer what you said, it's who you are.
Who you
Right, and
be.
also, right, and also thinking about it, like what that monologue in your head starts to disappear, right? And it just makes sense. It's just logical. If you give up all that stuff, it's just logical. It's like, yeah, of course,
And
All
also
right.
words have, and also if I could speak, words have power, and the Bible says that life and death is in the power of the tongue. So if you promise somebody, oh, I'm going to get that done tomorrow, and you don't get it done, your integrity goes down, your brain goes down. It has a ripple effect. So, your words are powerful. You can kill somebody with your words. You can lift them up. That's why it's important to think about what you say before you speak, because it's going to impact you and it's going to impact the other person.
Okay, great. Thank you. So in the breakout room, we're just going to talk about what we promised last week, if we fulfilled on it, and what was missing that would actually fulfill on those promises going into the next week. So with that, the question is, did you complete your promises, and what is the impact of keeping or not keeping that promise?
Did you keep your promises? And what's the impact of keeping or not keeping your promises? And if you didn't make promises, you can think about promises you may have made in other areas of your world, life, or otherwise. All right, Cara, we're good? Good to go?
Yes, we're good.
All right.